I can't do a conventional intro for this video because I have no idea how to. So I saw a video from Code Blue Cam and figured, you know what, I haven't done body cam footage in a while, I might as well take a look at this. And what I ended up seeing is a woman who made Cruella de Vil look pretty sane. Allow me to give you a small rundown. So basically there was a company called Positively Healthcare who was ran by this woman, and a bunch of extremely healthy dogs ended up dying under her care. And a few of the descriptions of what happened to these dogs makes me feel extremely yucky, and I have not felt this upset over a story containing a dog since the guy who tied up his dog outside during a hurricane. And I decided I wanted to talk about it, and also don't forget to follow Code Blue Cam. They're the original poster of the body cam footage, but I don't think I'm actually going to be using the body cam footage in this video. I'm only using it for this opening segment right here, so please go check out Code Blue Cam. But without any further ado, let's get right into it. Hit that subscribe button. It's free.
On November 23rd, 2022, a couple in Palm City, Florida, dropped off their beloved dogs Mako and Marlin at Positively Paradise, a local boarding facility, while they traveled to see family for Thanksgiving. Both dogs were happy, healthy, and ready for a short stay. But when the couple returned just 48 hours later, they were greeted with tragedy. Mako was found unresponsive, with yellow fluid around his mouth, while Marlin appeared dehydrated and distressed. Rushed to emergency care, Mako was pronounced dead within minutes.
Hey, so I got curious about that yellow fluid around the dog's mouth, so I went to go look it up, and it seems like everything that has to do with yellow fluid in dogs seems to be some sort of vomiting or eating disorder. Granted, I am not a vet, and I'm getting this off of the internet, but assuming that this is true, it's not something that I think you could just walk past. Most people are going to know if a dog starts vomiting a lot.
The vet suspected he had been unresponsive for nearly an hour. Marlin was treated for severe dehydration and a painful bacterial infection on his paws. Over the course of Mako and Marlin's stay, 35-year-old Nikki Camerlango, the owner of Positively Paradise, exchanged messages with the couple, assuring them that both dogs were doing well. In one message, Nikki claimed Mako was having a little hard time adjusting, though they've done well. Yet the reality was far darker. The couple confronted Nikki about the death, and after several unanswered calls later, Nikki sent only one text saying, "I can assure you we took the best possible care of him."
This right here is just fucking evil. To not text the pet owner that their dog passed away or that there was any problem with the dog at all is just plain evil. My apologies if I sound weird, I'm still a little bit sick, but let's assume you're taking care of someone's dog and the dog goes unresponsive or starts vomiting. The first thing you're gonna do is text the owner. So you can't say you took the best possible care of him when you didn't do the bare minimum of letting the owner know, hey, your dog's throwing up.
Following Mako's death, Martin County Sheriff's deputies and animal control officers attempted a welfare check at Positively Paradise. They were blocked by a locked gate and received no response from Nikki. They made several attempts to reach Nikki by phone at her home, which was connected to the facility, but received no response.
Hi, you reached Nikki, the dog trainer. We would absolutely love to help you.
The mailbox is full and cannot accept any messages at this time. Goodbye.
Soon after, a detective with the sheriff's office began an investigation into the facility. The results of Mako's necropsy were inconclusive, leaving no grounds for criminal charges. However, animal control discovered other violations. 8 animals were kept in cages without water, leading to civil citations for Positively Paradise.
Excuse me to question the law, but how does this not get a business shut down completely? Keeping a dog in a cage with no water implies that you don't know how to take care of a dog at all. I understand that crate training is something that a lot of dog owners do, but even then, when I look at crate trainers, they actually seem to put water and food in the cage. And I feel like the reason for that is pretty obvious. If you put a dog in a cage without any food or water, it's going to die.
Mako's owners were determined to give his death purpose, vowing to prevent similar tragedies. They expressed, "I want to make sure whatever my husband and I can do to help change some of those laws and to help ensure that people like Nikki, who aren't licensed and who aren't providing truly holistic and appropriate care, are not allowed to be in business anymore." The sheriff's office later discovered that, about a year earlier, another individual had boarded his dog at the facility for a few days. He reported that Nikki lost his dog while running it alongside a golf cart, but failed to inform him until a full day later. The dog was missing for 8 days, and he was never told beforehand that the facility's exercise routine included running dogs around the block tied to a golf cart.
This was particularly evil to me. It is extremely possible for a golf cart to go way faster than a dog. So depending on how fast she was going in this golf cart, she was actually choking these dogs as she was walking them. I'm not saying that's what she did, but depending on how this went, it seems like this wasn't exercise, this was torture.
Despite these incidents, Nikki continued to operate her business for another year, until a second report surfaced of a dog dying under her care. In March 2024, another devastating incident occurred. A woman boarded her healthy golden doodle Flurry at Positively Paradise. Days later, she received a call from Nikki saying Flurry was unresponsive. It was only after the incident that the owner learned of Mako's case. Although Nikki claimed Flurry's condition was pre-existing, Flurry's vet confirmed that the dog was healthy prior to boarding. The sheriff's office reported that Nikki's company license was active in 2023, but was not renewed in 2024. They noted that, although no criminal charges had been filed, there were significant concerns. When a news station contacted Nikki, she commented, "I understand they lost their pet, and I get it. That's horrible. I wouldn't wish that on anyone. But as a business owner, I don't feel like I need to be taken down."
I agree, Nikki. They shouldn't take you down as a business owner. They should take you down as a criminal for killing all these animals. If this many dogs die under your watch, maybe you shouldn't be watching dogs in the first place. Why would anyone want to keep your business up when everyone who seems to be using that business doesn't have a dog by the end of it?
Nikki claimed she had not mistreated any animals and insisted both dogs had pre-existing conditions before arriving, saying Mako suffered from pneumonia and Flurry had an oxygen issue. However, Mako's necropsy showed no signs of viral or bacterial pneumonia, and although Flurry had kennel cough several months earlier, her veterinarian considered her healthy. Nikki told reporters that she planned to continue her work, saying, "This is what I do. I'm a master dog trainer. I'm nationally certified."
Who the hell certified you, Old Yeller or Cruella de Vil? Let's assume for a second that the dogs did have prior conditions before entering her care. The owner would have told her. You shouldn't have accepted the care for a dog that you don't know how to take care of.
The sheriff's office, aware that 2 otherwise healthy dogs had died under her care, expressed that she should not be involved in animal care. Nonetheless, Nikki still faced no criminal charges, and the investigation into Positively Paradise remained open. Days after the story circulated in the news, a third person came forward, recounting the loss of her pet at the facility. She explained that in 2018, she had left her 4-month-old Rottweiler, Red, at Positively Paradise for a week of training. Then she received a call from Nikki, asking her to come in because Red's back legs were no longer working and he couldn't stand. Nikki claimed Red had contracted parvo, a deadly virus, possibly from a rabbit or squirrel. Since Red hadn't yet received his final parvo booster, the owner initially accepted this explanation. However, her veterinarian later raised concerns but offered a completely different diagnosis. Red had a bruised trachea and his spinal cord appeared severed. The virus wasn't to blame. The only option left was to put Red down. When approached by news reporters for comment, Nikki stated, "They painted it to seem like I run a torture camp, which isn't accurate at all."
I'm gonna stop you right there, Nikki. Not giving dogs water and tying them to cars is torture.
"These dogs are my life." She added that she intended to continue training dogs elsewhere. Later that month, the sheriff's office was notified of yet another dog death at Positively Paradise, marking the 4th fatality under Nikki's care. According to the owners, Nikki had picked up their 2 dogs from their residence, but just a few hours later, they received a call from her stating that Bo, their 2-year-old male Cavapoo, was found unresponsive in a kennel where she had placed him after grooming. The owners soon learned of other news stories detailing similar incidents involving Nikki's care and reported Bo's death to the sheriff's office. They arranged for a forensic analyst specializing in necropsies and animal cruelty cases to examine Bo. Despite repeated attempts, the sheriff's office was unable to reach Nikki. They eventually spoke with her father, who shared that Nikki had been receiving death threats due to the dog fatalities. He added that she had been training dogs since age 12, has a deep love for animals, and has never encountered issues before.
Nikki has never encountered issues before, as long as we don't count the 4 dogs that died under her care.
In June 2024, the sheriff's office received the final report from the forensic analyst who investigated Bo's death. The analyst confirmed that the histopathology indicated blunt force trauma to the head, revealing an intracranial hemorrhage. According to the doctor, a significant impact to the head is necessary to cause such an injury. Additionally, Bo suffered blunt force trauma to the stomach, chest, and eye. Following the sheriff's office investigation, the necropsy findings, and statements made by Nikki, there was probable cause to believe that Nikki intentionally inflicted blunt force trauma to Bo's head, leading to his tragic death. As a result, a warrant for Nikki's arrest was issued.
I'm going to stop it right there because this is just a horrible story and I feel so sorry for everyone who lost a pet in this situation. If you love animals, this was probably hard to sit through and I don't blame you. I do believe that at the time of this recording that she has been charged and I'm really glad that all the families involved got justice for their pets. Always be cautious of who you're leaving your pet with because you never know, you could be leaving it with a monster like Nikki. I really do appreciate all of you for the support. Don't forget to leave a like and subscribe to the channel and don't forget to follow Code BlueCam. This arrest video was a lot darker than usual because I really do have a soft spot for animals. I'll see you all in the next one. Later.